What's going on, YouTube? Sorry about that earlier. Had some technical difficulties, so I'm back on the air. So I want to take the time out to tell everybody thank you for sharing my first video about what was going on with Ahmad Arbery. It's got itself out there to the world to where people can see what's really going on in Glynn County in South Georgia with this racial injustice. The Arbery family definitely are appreciative of everybody that is pushing the envelope. Hashtag we run with Ahmad. Hashtag justice for Ahmad Arbery. Uh, like I said before, this case is hit home to me because not only do I live in the area, because this was like, could have been my brother. This could have been my best friend. This could have been my cousin. This could have been an uncle. This could have been a father of mine. This could have been anybody who was just minding their own business and got killed in cold blood. So I'm going to continue to cover the case. I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated, like I promised. So, latest update while we jump into it. The GBI has finally stepped in. So, after protests yesterday from the likes of everybody in Glynn County, marching and protesting from Highway 82 all the way to that Satilla Marsh neighborhood where this young man's life was suddenly taken without any regard. Uh, finally, finally, the pressure got so intense that Tom Durden, which is the prosecutor, the district attorney that is supposed to be handling the case, and I'll get more into that about his history in a minute, who kept saying that everything was under control, he's going to take it to the grand jury, finally took the olive branch from the GBI, who called him 9:30 last night, Vic Reynolds, the director of GBI, to say that, hey, listen, um, we're here to help you because this case is way bigger than what you are used to, way bigger than what you got going on, and y'all in South Georgia got too many ties to this guy whose son who fired that fatal second shot into Mr. Ahmad Arbery. So now, with them stepping in, he made an announcement on Twitter that there was going to be two agents and a special prosecutor, all of them coming from different regions of Georgia, nowhere near South Georgia or Southwest Georgia. So, with that being said, he said he wants some fresh eyes on it. Now, also, Senator, Vice President Biden has said that there should be a Department of Justice investigation, along with the civil rights investigation on what happened to brother Ahmad Arbery. He also has said that in their eyes too, it was downright murder. Governor Kemp, who you all know is a strong supporter and love for President 45, also said the same thing. This is murder. We all knew it was murder. We weren't worried about that. We've been saying this for a long time, that this is what we go through in the black community. This has been going on for years, especially in the South. The only reason why this time now everybody is shocked and everybody now is starting to understand the realization of what's really going on, because this time there was a clear-cut video. A clear-cut video from a man allegedly named Brian Rhodey Williams, who also lived in the neighborhood. So let me give y'all a perspective of what happened here, a little rundown, if you did not already aware of what happened. For those who are starting to join my broadcast, join my broadcast, please hit the like button, please share. Also, to subscribe, so hit to the top bell so you can get the latest information when I hit, because I'm going to tell you my thoughts on what I've seen and the reality of everything today. And I'm definitely going to make sure you guys have a platform in my comments as normal as usual. So these vigilantes, um, Travis McMichael and George Mac Michael, were sitting at outside their yard. They saw a young black male jogging like you always do in their neighborhood. When they seen this young man jogging, they swear out that they saw him previously earlier jog where there was a part of that neighborhood of houses where there was some construction was at. Well, they claim that he looked suspicious by looking into the construction area. After that happened, they decided to call 911, which at first sounded so far so good. But before they called 911, he had stated in the police report that he told his son, Michael, Travis McMichael, to get the gun and to get the shotgun. He was going to get his revolver 357, that they were going to stop young Ahmad. So while they're on the phone jumping in the truck, they're telling the 911 operator that they see a strange black man running in their neighborhood. They ask him, and they say that they feel like that he possibly the suspect of someone who has been committing a rash of burglaries and stealing stuff out of that neighborhood. The 911 operator asked them, is he committing a crime right now? They could never give her an answer. And then the 911 operator has even told them, whatever you do, don't engage him. We'll send backup at Statilla Marsh. Now, Statilla Shores. Statilla Shores is not a gated, but it's a suburban community where it's predominantly white people live in that area in Georgia. Okay, in Brunswick, Georgia, in Glynn County. These people are middle class, so they got a little money. You know what I'm saying? It's the good life little area. It's a little secluded little spot where they're a little bit of not too elite, but the people that actually is successful in that county live at. So they decided to continue on and chase this man. First time they tried to cut him off, they couldn't get him. Then they tried to cut him off another way, they couldn't get him because Brother Ahmad is running. But on the second time they tried to cut him off, Brother Ahmad noticed that this truck is trying to cut him off. So he went a different route. He turned around like, you know what? I don't know what these people doing. I don't want to engage in this activity. Let me keep running. Let me try to go an opposite way. So while he is jogging, trying to go to his destination to get his fitness on, they in some kind of way, Brian Rhodey Williams starts tracking Brother Ahmad. So Brother Ahmad is now running the opposite direction, but now he's got another car that's all the joint pursuit is following him. He's probably not thinking nothing of it. It ain't the truck that he's seen before, whatever. And then next thing you know, when he gets to the destination he's trying to get to, that's when there is Travis McDaniel and his father, older Gregory McDaniel, 34 years of age, on the back of that truck up here looking dead on young Ahmad running. Young Ahmad sees that Mr. McDaniel, the older McDaniel, Gregory McDaniel, already got his gun out. So he's like anybody else. You know what, man? I ain't know what they got going on. His gun's out. I'm gonna try to avoid the situation because he also see on the side that the younger one, Travis McDaniel, has his shotgun out on the side. So while he's trying to run on the right side of the truck to try to avoid these people, Travis McMichael, goes there around him and starts tussling with him. If you see the video, and I'm gonna put a link in the video for you guys. Tussling with him, and then that's when Mr. Arbery, which I commend this young man, fought for his life like a champion that he's supposed to as an avid athlete, trying to get away from the situation. And Mr. Older McMichael shot once, shot twice. One of the bullets, they said finally in the report, hit him, and the other two bullets came from the shotgun from Mr. Travis McMichael. And after they shot him and saw his body, saw him trying to then let him run away, they let him flop down on the ground like an animal. You know, when I see that video, it makes me cry. Not only physically on the outside, but it makes me cry physically on the inside, and it sickens me. Because a young man who was a son, a brother, a father, a friend, a citizen, and a black man in America gets shot down in cold blood, all because of some vigilante, racist people who wants to be heroes for no damn reason. And then what makes it sad is that the person that was involved in this, the older one, 30 years in the police force for Glynn County. He was a special investigator, especially for the district offices. So all this went down. No arrest wasn't made because the first person that got it, let me tell you, Jackie Johnson. This is why I hope and pray people in Glynn County get themselves together and freaking vote to get this lady out of the seat of district attorney office, because it's not the first time she has let criminal activity slide on her watch. She is so invested in the good old boy network that now she takes a blind eye to anything unless it's involving directly them. Then it gets even more murkier, very murky. When she recused herself from the case, they give it to Barnhill. Now, let me tell you about this guy. Okay, when they gave it to this guy here, Barnhill. Barnhill says that he can't do the case because he also worked with the elder McMichael. And he hid this for almost about a month that he worked with him. The only reason why that got brought up in the in the Ware County situation is because because the mother got a civil rights attorney and he started investigating all these people. And the reason why she got a civil rights attorney because she found out the connection that Gregory McMichael had to the police community. And then after that happened, it get passed to the Mr. Tom McDurden. Let's talk about McDurden. McDurden here is also a district attorney for McIntosh County. But at the same time, this was the same county that recently, about a year ago, was under fire for firing a black sheriff's deputy for having an affair, a black sheriff deputy for having an affair with one of their white officers. And this is the same county that the police department over there has a rebel flag and a swastika hanging in their sheriff office where their sheriffs work at regularly. This is true statements, guys. I wouldn't bullshit you. This is what's been said over and over again, even by that previous officer's mouth. And he still went to work because I guess he thought he could overcome. Can't overcome ignorance. I keep trying to tell y'all. Ignorance and poverty you can't overcome. So, with this being said, McDurden and them knew about this video. They sat on this video. While they sitting on this video, the killers are out here probably drinking cold ones, laughing about how they killed an unarmed black man in their neighborhood. Well, now, since everything has been out in the open, now all of a sudden they want to recuse themselves. They want to pass the buck. I'm making this video and this update to say this. We as African Americans in America are tired of the buck being passed. We're tired of seeing every other freaking week, every month, every damn day that we are being killed in front of our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, everybody around us. And the only thing we get at the end of the day is the same old, same old. We're sorry. Oh my God, we didn't know this would really happen. Hashtag justice for all. We're tired of that. We're tired that we got to fight. Why are we the only people that have to fight for justice? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if Mr. Ahmad was a white jock, and if Mr. McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and Travis McMichael were black citizens, and they would have shot him, they would have been in jail the day of. It would have been no, oh, they got the right to make a citizen arrest based upon the law of Georgia. Citizen arrest in the based on the law of Georgia is you see the person commit the crime with your own eyes. You put the gun on them to keep them steady until the police arrive. And then when the police arrive, you give a statement of what you saw and the police handle it from there. It never says at any time that you take the gun out your home, even if it's registered, you chase them down and you shoot an unarmed person and call it a day. If that the case, then guess what? Everybody should be out here free right now. All these murderers that y'all got locked up should be all free because they all were. A lot of them was registered gun owners, and they were able to hunt anybody they wanted down, crime or no crime. I tell you what it is, it's bullshit. That's what it is. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. And then what's even more disturbing is that we have an administration in America who hear reports like this. You'll never hear nothing about them fighting for Ahmad. No, you won't hear for nothing. You won't hear President Trump say anything about Ahmad or his administration. And if you do, it's going to be only a couple of words. And that's it. Because you know why? Because it's not a part of the good old boy network that supports his campaign. So at the end of the day, this is why we as a black collective are tired of it. Because this is disturbing. This is sad. Very sad. And what's even more tragic is that it took 70 something days for somebody to get this case and finally try to start to do with it. And we still don't know if justice is going to prevail because the GBI is supposed to have taken over the case of the young black male that was killed in Valdosta mysteriously while he was in the PE class a couple of years back, and they still ain't solved that case. And to this day, people are saying this young man was murdered because of the gang of people that was there in the gym whenever this took place. All I'm saying, and I'm saying is this, is that hopefully this doesn't become another, we see a video, we see an African American young man get killed, and then a month from now, we all act like it was yesterday news. I hope that we as a American society push for equality so that way this won't happen to our son. This won't happen to our daughter. This won't happen to your neighbor's son or your neighbor's daughter because enough is enough. This man was killed unnecessarily. He didn't even start to live life at all. At all. He was prosecuted right then and there on the spot without a judge or a jury being present. The judge and jury were the two men with the guns that day. That was Travis McMichael and that was George McMichael. And the man who was also recording allegedly, who had the gun ready, which was Brian Rowdy Williams. And it's just it sickens me. It really does. But on a positive note, though, I am proud of Glynn County, who is rallying with that family and is protesting and marching with them because they are sick as well to know that there's this much corruption. And if you don't believe there's corruption in Glynn County on their police force, let's talk about the Glynn County corruption police force. Because I got time today. And this is what we're looking at right here. Recently, just recently, Glynn County police chief, and three officers was indicted on multiple oath violations on a disbanded drug task force. This was supposed to be this drug task force called the GBI. During that time, there were officers, instead of doing their job, and supposed to be stopping narcotics coming into our city and to run to the city of Glynn County. They wasn't doing that. They were too busy getting it for themselves and having sex with informants, promising them less jail time and things of that nature. While the captain and commander was aware of these situations and turned a blind eye. And it's just ridiculous. And then after all that was done, and they got arrested and shamed and everything else, half of these cats ain't even looking at no time. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, that's just what we face. But you know what's crazy? Ain't the only little town that's got these issues. There's a bunch of little towns in America right now that are Glynn County that are out here hiding stuff, being sneaky, trying to bury stuff, trying to play cop land situations. But you know what what they say, what you do in the dark comes into the light. But if the McMichaels are looking at this, and Brian Williams are looking at this, I hope y'all three gentlemen know, and I hope that every night when y'all lay y'all head down, that Ahmad Arbery face is looking at you, haunting you. Every time you hear a gunshot, I hope it's eating at you. I hope every time you see a truck, it haunts you. Every time you see the pavement, it haunts you. I hope every time you pull up your phone, he haunts you. And guess what? It ain't gonna stop because we not gonna stop. We gonna run this marathon for Mr. Arbery, and I'm gonna continue to keep y'all posted on what's going on. And as soon as an arrest is made, or as soon as something concrete is made that we're going forth to justice, I will definitely make sure that you guys are aware. So if y'all like my content, you love my passion, how I blog and tell my stories, please follow me on Twitter, J News Reviews. Follow me on Instagram, I fuck with Joel. You also can follow me here on YouTube as well. Hit the like button and follow me as well. Thank you very much. And please, y'all, be safe. Rest in peace to Ahmad Arbery. May the marathon from Mr. Arbery continue. We love you, Ahmad.